How do you feel?
I feel like this is where I should be.
Me too.
To study abroad is to explore.
To cherish, to see anew, and to learn.
Learn that who we are and what we know can only be shaped by what we experience.
What perspective we take on,
What we open ourselves up to, and who we decide to let in.
but when we choose to begin our journeys, we may find ourselves lost.
Lost in a new city, lost in a new culture.
Lost in this magical time where who we are and what we once knew begins to be questioned.
As we reflect on our time abroad, we do not remember days,
We remember moments of pure joy.
moments of awe, and moments of the rawest form of human connection.
Connection is what makes us feel alive, what makes this short span of time abroad something that has and will continue to shape us for the rest of our lives.
My name is Jessie Concannon, and I studied abroad in Auckland, New Zealand.
I actually knew I wanted to study abroad before I even got to college. It was one of the things that I looked for when I was applying to college, actually. It's just been a kind of a childhood dream just to kind of see the world.
If you're planning to study abroad, have no expectations. That's the most exciting part, is to just go in with open arms, go into every journey, every experience, just say yes and have no expectations of it, because you are so fulfilled by the things that you learn and see.
The cultural part of New Zealand was incredible. I took a Maori dance class. It's a kapahaka class with a lot of my friends, and it was such a wonderful way to kind of immerse yourself in their culture, and it was so fun. The average day abroad was still going to classes, but being able to see all my friends in this beautiful city that Auckland was.
I feel like an average day is hard to pin down because it never felt average.
Every day was an adventure, every day was different, and that was the best part of waking up, is that you didn't know what was coming. And so there was no average day, and that was the best part, is that average didn't even exist because everything was extraordinary.
What do you have to say about this road trip? How do you think it's gonna go?
I think it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, driving was an integral part of our trips. We always rented vans, and we all packed in cars, and we went on these big trips.
I felt like time wasn't really existing because, yeah, we were driving 5 hours, but it didn't matter because we had everything we needed in the car and outside of it.
Beautiful. So beautiful.
I loved driving because there was always a view. So you look out the window and you're seeing something new every time. It's so beautiful.
You know, it never ceased to amaze me when you would get to a campsite and it would be dark, you know, and everyone's setting up their tents and it's been a long day. And you wake up in the morning and you realize what you had been missing when there was no daylight.
This is incredible.
This is sick. Wow, what a beach. Hot Water Beach sunrise that first morning it was kind of like you were waking up and there was a Picasso painting in front of you.
And it was the pinkest pink I've ever seen.
But we went down to the water and we were just like playing in the sand, sitting and just taking it all in, just so much beauty, and it felt like we couldn't even hold it.
It was pretty much a speechless connection between all of us where we were like, all captivated by this one thing at the same time.
Yeah, you almost had to be there for that one.
Follow the sun, and which way the wind blows.
It looks like we're on the moon.
We went to sand surfing. You walk over the first dune, and then you are completely surrounded by sand. You're like in a desert.
Just like seeing the pure joy. It was like we were all 4-year-olds like at a candy store, but it was actually just a lot of sand.
How do you feel about being in the sand?
I feel sandy.
We were so excited. Everyone was jumping and trying to run up the dunes and race each other and then race down. And we were getting creative, and we were making trains with all of our boogie boards and going down on them.
I did not expect them to go so fast, but they were just like flying down it.
Follow the sun, and which way the wind blows when this day is done.
I remember the lighthouse was such a fun part of our trip because we went to the very peak of New Zealand. It's like the northernmost point.
We were truly looking out into open ocean.
And we all just sat there in silence, and there was no noise.
I look up and there's this boy like climbing up the lighthouse, and I was like, what are you doing?
And I got up on the lighthouse, and you can see just all the way across the coast.
Yo, everybody give me a wave.
And he was standing on like this tiny ledge, and I was like, this guy's crazy. Like, what are you doing? And that was the first time I saw Ben. Ben is the kind of boy I want my son to grow up to be like.
When I met Ben, I just like was immediately drawn to his smile and his energy. He has just this way of looking at someone as who they are.
He looks at you like you're like a diamond.
He's really just so adventurous and fun, and I would climb trees just so I could like be with him up there in the tree.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah, Ben's awesome. I love Ben.
I'm swinging.
So the first thing that comes to mind when I think of Jessie is that she is just a pure entertainer. She's great.
Jessie is the most fun-loving, adventurous, real person I've ever met.
She's incredibly funny, and she's really sincere, and she's never afraid to just start breaking down and dancing and kind of doing her own thing.
Her spirit just really intertwines with my spirit, and somehow the universe brought us together, and it's been the most beautiful thing in my life because I look at this person and I see a reflection of myself, and we just have this bond that I will never get with anyone else.
She's just a genuine person, and she's a great friend.
That was cool.
I think Kyle made a big impression on everyone she met in New Zealand. She's just that kind of person.
She's so in touch with other people, and she just like gets me.
Yeah, go run around. Run, baby! Wow!
Kyle can be so fun and so carefree.
I can honestly say she was one of my best friends in New Zealand, and I'm really lucky to have had her.
Being loved by Kyle is really, like, I feel privileged to be loved by Kyle.
Something that surprised me was how quickly I made friends.
It's just the kind of connection that I made was so like soulful.
You go out and you see beautiful things and you're with beautiful people and life is good. So 3 words I would use to describe my study abroad experience. Number 1 would be adventurous.
Magical, because it all felt like a dream.
No matter what I was doing, I just felt this sense of freedom.
Joyful, because I never had a time where I wasn't happy. And a gift, because it was so amazing and I know I'll never receive anything so profound.
Something I learned about myself over my study abroad experience was certainly my love for new places and meeting new people.
Something I learned about myself abroad was that it's okay to be weird.
Say cheese. Cheese.
I feel like I always kind of tried to restrain that in my personality, but something about the actions we were doing and the people we were with made me feel like being weird was good.
My experience in New Zealand changed the way I experience life back here in America, because now I'm just so much more mindful and present of every day. I came back and got really into yoga. I mean, I did yoga in New Zealand, and that's kind of where I started my journey, but then I took that back here. I'll just close my eyes and bring myself back to those times where I didn't have anything else on my mind. I was just there.
What I miss most about New Zealand? Actually, this is not so hard. What I miss most about New Zealand are the people, for sure.
The adventures.
What I miss most is the hardest question, because I miss everything. Oh my God, try again. I miss the trips, I miss the feelings, I miss the people. I miss the people a lot.
Just coming up to a view and looking at Jesse and smiling and just feeling so happy that these people are feeling what I was feeling.
The synopsis of my New Zealand trip is just the feeling of, just vigor and being alive.
I don't know, I miss seeing everyone. I feel like we're often kind of caged as we get older.
You just kind of got to go with the flow, and you got to take the risk and just go with it, and beautiful things are going to come from it.
There's so much love and beauty in every second that we have, and if you just look around and find some things to be grateful and happy about, it really changes the way that you go through life, and just being happy that you're here.
I can tell everyone that it was amazing. I can tell everyone that it was life-changing, but words only do so much. You're not going to know how it feels unless you do it.